before Marvel revolutionized the superhero genre, someone had to have an origin story of their own. In the late 90s, Marvel was not doing well and decided to sell the movie rights of all their characters to Sony, but they only wanted Spider-Man for $10 million. They eventually sold the rights to the X-Men to Fox, where Kevin Feige, the creator of the MCU, would start his journey as an assistant to producer Lauren Schiller. His love of comics would soon get him promoted to executive producer, where he would ensure comic-accurate stories. While other executives were arguing about a scene, Kevin would sit there reading an X-Men comic and say, "Just do it like this." Working closely with Lauren, they would soon create a long-term roadmap for the franchise, where characters and stories would overlap with each other. Unfortunately, Fox did not like this idea and was eventually scrapped since they did not want to commit to long-form storytelling. After X-Men's success, Marvel head Avi Arad hired Kevin to become a producer. One of his jobs would be overlooking scripts from various studios and helping guide the overall direction of these Marvel characters. From this point on, he would continue to get frustrated with how studios were misusing the characters and not listening to him or Marvel. Kevin soon became an associate producer on the original Spider-Man trilogy, where he would continue to play with the idea of a connected universe, but was still shut down. But seeing how much the creative team cared about Spider-Man showed him the secret of what makes a great Marvel movie: finding a crew that loves the comics as much as the fans do. Over time, Avi Arad was also losing patience with the studios, and in 2024, he announced that Marvel will make its own movies, taking out a loan for $525 million to finance 10 movies that would become the start of the MCU. The following year, Kevin Feige was promoted to president of production of the newly formed Marvel Studios, though instead of going straight for the crossover, he instead decided to start small, giving us a chance to get to know every character personally. Even characters like Black Widow, who did not get their movie until much later, still had a moment in the spotlight in Iron Man 2. And when movies did get bigger, they all followed the same rule of making a good solo movie first, and then sprinkling the connective tissues throughout. Kevin Feige found inspiration from 3 places: Star Trek, for how it balanced the exciting story with slower character moments; Harry Potter, for how it incorporates Easter eggs that do not stop non-fans from understanding what's going on; and the Marvel Comics, for how it created a shared universe that could be brought to the big screen. Since all the popular characters were tied up in contracts with other studios, Marvel had to use their lesser-known characters, like the one who started it all, Iron Man. Director Jon Favreau originally wanted Sam Rockwell to play the main character. However, Jon felt a deep connection between Robert Downey Jr. and Tony. Robert was once a big-time actor in the early 2000s, who eventually suffered from substance abuse. This originally made it hard for Marvel to get on board, but Feige vouched for Robert, eventually winning Marvel over, becoming a beloved movie for Robert's portrayal of Tony Stark, the heart and face of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Kevin Feige also wanted to add a post-credit scene remembering staying after the Ferris Bueller's Day Off credits and felt rewarded. This became Marvel's secret weapon to get people interested in these lesser-known characters, using the post-credit scenes to tease what's going to happen next, whether it's a new character like Nick Fury, or a very exciting thing like Thor's hammer or the Tesseract. First setting up the Avengers, and then Infinity War and Endgame. Eventually, everyone understood to stay after the credits if they want to stay ahead of the movies. And that is the story of Kevin Feige, a man who changed the superhero genre into something amazing. Not because he was called to it, but simply because he cared.